welcome to Sport on 7 this week. In the last 7 days, Dubai Expo 2020 has picked up more supporters in the way of the New York Times. Arsenal made it into the Champions League, and traffic in JLT is still a little busy. Sport hasn't been quiet either. This is what we have coming up this week. I'll be taking in the season opener, the Super Cup between Ain and Al Ahli. It went to a penalty shootout, but Cosmin was a happy man. We'll also be speaking to Michel Salgado as he launches his Spanish soccer school in Dubai. And Chris McHardy, as ever, joins me to talk sport over the last 7 days, including Bale going to Madrid. I'm Tom Bushell. Thanks for watching this week. Plenty to come, but let's start with the FIFA Under 17 World Cup happening across the UAE. It's now less than 50 days until the big kickoff. There will be 6 venues staging all the group games, and the official draw was made last week in the capital. Host nation, the UAE, were drawn in Group A alongside Brazil, Honduras and Slovakia. All of Group A matches will be played at the Mohammed bin Zayed Stadium in the capital. UAE national coach Michel Ali, who guided the under-21s to impressive performances at London 2012, was there and said that the tough tests like Brazil were what the kids needed.
I think it's a good opportunity for UAE to play with Brazil and to gain this experience. And I think sometime when you have a strong team in the same group, it is good for the group. Usually 2 teams qualify to the second round. And I think it's a good opportunity. Many people, when we played in London, when we had our draw against Uruguay, Team GB and Senegal, everybody was afraid from that. But I was very happy that I will play with such big teams to gain experience and to show the whole world that UAE have a good team, good players. They love playing football, and I hope this also happen in this competition. I wish all the luck for our team and all the best that they can get all the experience from this tournament. We have seen many big stars came from this tournament. At the same time, I wish all the best for all the teams, and they are welcome in UAE.
The UAE will be competing in their 3rd FIFA Under 17 World Cup, but Brazil, who have won the tournament 3 times, will be a massive test for the side. The South Americans can't wait to play in front of the home crowd.
It's amazing to have the chance to play in Abu Dhabi, the capital of the country, and against Emirates. We are sure that we're going to find a very good environment in the stadium. It's always hard to play against the supporters, but we believe that we can perform well and play a good game, not only against Emirates, but against Honduras and Slovakia as well. And we hope to be able to show the Brazilian football and qualify to the next stage.
Just tell me, have you seen much of the UAE pre this tournament? They're in good form going into this World Cup. Have you managed to catch a lot of them in action, and are you worried about the UAE?
Yeah, we don't have too much information yet, but we still have more than a month to go, so we're gonna start to look for information, to talk to people, to get most information that we can to get prepared. Because nowadays football is very tough. All the teams are getting the same level, so we have to worry to get information. So that's the thing that's going to make the difference in the games.
Is there anything from UAE football that you have seen which can cause the Brazil national side any problems?
Yeah, nowadays we have many Brazilian players here in Emirates and also coaches. So we know that they are trying to get something from the Brazilian football, and as I told you before, the football is getting very, very tough. So there's no easy games. So we think that they're gonna be able to show what they've learned in the past few years and to have a hard game.
As well as Brazil, the hosts will face Slovakia, the side that beat them in a friendly last month. Slovakia admit they will be missing key members of their squad, but are looking forward to the challenge.
First of our reaction was we was really surprised because of this group. We have a host country, also we have a Brazil and Honduras, which is really strong opponent. Of course, Brazil is a huge name in the football world. UAE, we played a friendly match this month, so we know this opponent really well, and also Honduras. We know that in the Continental Championship they've been in the fourth place because they lost the game in the penalty shootout with Canada, so we know that's also a very strong opponent for us.
In terms of that game against the UAE and now facing them at a more competitive level, how do you evaluate their performances at the moment? They're in pretty good form going into this tournament.
Yeah, I think the team of UAE, they have a really special preparations for this tournament, and we don't have all of the players from abroad in this game, so we have, for example, we're missing 6-7 players from the main squad, and we know very well our opponent, and we're looking forward for our own performance, and we'll see the game in the World Cup. Of course, it's really different.
There will be 6 groups of 4 teams competing right across the UAE. Dubai will host all of Group E matches, and that includes Argentina, Austria, Iran and Canada. The Canadians are looking forward to competing in the city.
It's a great event. It's super to see the quality of nations, quality of the teams that are there. And it's no surprise. We're going to have 3 very difficult games in the round-robin stage, but I don't think there's any easy opponent here, to be honest, and I think that we'll just have to make sure we're best prepared for ourselves to be at our best.
Of course, there's so much focus on football in the United States at the moment, but for Canada, great to be here, great to be competing at the top level at this age as well.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I mean, this is our second consecutive now World Cup we made at this age group, and it's hopefully bodes well for our teams in the future, because ultimately, of course, we want to be in the Senior Men's World Cup. And hopefully that this gives a taste for these young players, and they continue to work hard at their game, become professionals, and then be contributing members to our senior men's national team. But I think it also bodes well that things in Canada are improving, and for the youth levels, and I think that the kids, not just that we've qualified, but how we've qualified and how we try to play good football, the style and philosophy we try to implement into the players, hopefully we'll carry them through this tournament, and hopefully we have 3 good performances.
Obviously Argentina in that group as well, who can never be underestimated. They're a fantastic footballing nation. Do you love that kind of challenge when you get drawn against these kind of teams?
Love it. Yeah, absolutely love it. I think that, I mean, this is a stage in this young players' development, and part of them is the education part. Of course, does Canada want to win the World Cup? Of course we want to win the U-17 World Cup. But a big part of this is their education, and to play the opponents like we're going to play, including Argentina, you know, will help these players long term. So yeah, love those challenges. I just loved how the character our kids have shown up to this point, and I hope they come through here and show the same character again.
The FIFA Under 17 World Cup kicks off on October the 17th, with Brazil facing Slovakia and the UAE taking on Honduras straight afterwards. The final will be played on November the 8th. Mexico are defending their title. Tickets are on sale right now. You can get them for just 10 dirhams a ticket, which isn't bad, is it? Now, a lot of football to get through today. Let's move on to the Super Cup. The season opener is always competed against the league winners and cup winners of the previous season, and that meant Ain and Al Ahli went head-to-head this time around. Al Ahli, of course, poached Al-Ain's manager, Cosmin this summer, so the tensions between these 2 teams could not be more fierce. Before Friday's game, both clubs were wanting a win and nothing more.
We have a good preparation. We work very hard. Actually, I was surprised the players are working very, very hard, and they don't give up, and this is a good sign. Now we work on the details for the next season. We make the main part of the preparation, and now working a little bit on details, because we have new players. We have Xiao is joined us 2 weeks before, and we have to adapt him with our style of work and way to play. We wait also Walid Abbas is coming after injury, and they work hard, and we work hard, and we have great expectation for the next season.
Thanks for speaking to me. Obviously a big game for the Super Cup this weekend. What are your thoughts going into that game? A big game with Al Ahli as well, a big rivalry between the 2 sides.
For sure, also last game in the league, it was a little fight between the fans, but I hope everything will be clear. No fighting anymore, just only fight have to be in the field, and I hope that the strongest team to win in the end to be Ain.
Of course, the former coach of Alain just walking past you there. Does that add an extra spice to this game, the fact that the managerial changes have happened over the summer?
To be honest, for sure they have a small advantage because the coach knows all the players and the quality of the players. We worked together 2 years, so we have a small advantage. But I hope that what we prepare for this game, the surprises for this game, to be on our side.
The game was set up beautifully, wasn't it? After the break, we'll look back on that Super Cup and hear from the players and managers after the game. We'll talk to Chris McHardy and former Real Madrid legend Michel Salgado too when we come back on Sport on 7.